Hey, welcome to our sixth part of prepositions, and as of now it is going to be the last episode of this series. So let's start with this session. Starting our session with two prepositions, between and among. Between is a preposition which is used when there is separation in two things, and these things can be days, people, months, events, distance, anything. Like, I will sit between mother and father. Now here two persons are there and we are using between. Or what were you doing between 5 and 6 p.m. Again we have two time periods. So for two we are using between. And if we come to among is used when there is a group of people or when there are two or more than two things. Like, the sweets were distributed among the residents, or there are some things going on among the students. Now here we are talking about a group or more number, that is why we have used among. Other than this, among has one more use, and that is when we are using it for describing that something is surrounded by something. For example, it is the smallest town among the Shivalik hills, which is telling us that this town is surrounded by hills and it is the smallest one. So these were the two uses of among, and the difference between among and between is simply the number of person. If there are two objects or person, then we use between, else we will use among. The next preposition is behind, which means at the back of. Now you can also get confused, or you can say that it can be a replacement of after. But no, after is simply a position, but behind means something which is hidden. So this is the only difference between behind and after. So behind we use for such sentences: who is trying to hide behind you? Or he is the person who is behind their success. Now the person is hidden. He is not showing himself. And the second use of behind is for the time which is lagging. Like, due to intense fog, the trains are running behind time. Now the trains are later than the scheduled time. So we can use behind there. And the next preposition is beside. Beside is basically to the next, means either right or in the left of something. Example is, why don't you sit beside your mother? Now we are asking a child to sit either in the right or in the left of his mother. Don't confuse it with besides. Beside means to the next, whereas besides means additionally. Examples of besides is, besides painting, I have many other hobbies. Now that means that except painting or in addition to painting, I have more hobbies. Along means in the side of someone or something. So basically along is used when the track formed is parallel lines, like railway track, along the banks of the river, along the bridge, along the road. So all those things which have parallel track, we use along with that. And when we are with a person, we are also forming again parallel lines. That is why we use along in the side of someone or something which is forming a parallel track. For example, I enjoy walking along the road. It will be not like on the side of road, along the road. We walked along the railway track for about a mile. Through has three main uses, and the first is that when an object passes via something. For example, if you have ever been to a circus, you must have seen a dog or tiger jumping through the ring. So that is through. They are jumping via that ring. That is why we use via. Second use is from the beginning of the time, or we can say from the beginning to the end of an activity. For example, if we say, I can't sit through this play, which means I'm not enjoying this show, and that is why I can't bear it from the beginning to the end, so I have to leave. So we have made the sentence, I can't sit through this play. Or we can say, he is very sick and I don't think he will live through such harsh weather. Coming to its third use, through is used when we talk about passing a stage or barrier or any exam. Like, he is very confident about getting through the examination. So these were the three main uses of through. And the last preposition of the day is beyond. The first use of beyond is when we talk about something which is out of the area of influence, or we can say when something is not reachable, we use the preposition beyond. Like, nobody is beyond the God. Similarly, beyond we use when we talk about the quantity that is more than. Like, he secured marks which were beyond expectations. That means you were not expecting and he secured more than that. And the third and the last use of beyond is when we are talking about something which is impossible to do, achieve or understand. Like, this car is beyond repair means this car is impossible to repair. Or the ways you adopt to do your work is beyond my understanding. Means I cannot understand what ways do you adopt or how you work. So these were the three main uses of beyond. That's all for this day, and don't forget to join me on Telegram. You can find the link in description box. Come and practice more with me. See you very soon in the next video. Till then, keep watching.